In today's video, I'm going to be investigating if it's worth it to actually use blast protection, fire protection, projectile protection, or should you just stick with normal protection. Also, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel a lot. Only 5% of you guys are actually subscribed, so please do so. So, let's get into it. Starting off, there are obviously 4 types of armor. Blast protection, projectile protection, fire protection, and normal protection. And protection is the most well-rounded, and then fire protection is obviously for fire and anything that can burn you. Projectile protection is for arrows, and blast protection is for all explosions. So let's get into the statistics for all of these. And I'll be using iron armor as a base, so all of this is data for iron armor, and obviously you can scale this up to netherite armor if you would like. First up, we got blast protection, and obviously this will protect us against all explosions. So we're going to be using iron armor for this, and we're going to be testing it against normal protection and just regular iron armor. And now we're dropping into the site for blast protection. We got 4 tests in the overworld: the crystal, the TNT minecart, the normal TNT, the creeper. So for the first test is the most common one, which is the creeper explosion. Now what I'm gonna do is walk in there and jump on top of the creeper, exploding me, and seeing how much damage we take from the initial shock. First off is blast protection, then iron. So we go in with the creeper, and we take 1.5 hearts, and now we're going in with full protection, just like so. And we took 2.5. And lastly, with a normal iron, we walk in. That was initial damage 7.5. And now the second most common explosion, just normal TNT. Now this is with blast protection, and we took 2 hearts. Now with normal protection, we do this, and it deals 4 hearts. That is double what blast protection did. And now normal iron armor, and since I think I will die, I gave myself a ton of extra hearts, and this does 10 and 2 hearts. That is like if you ate a full golden apple, so that is insane. And now for the TNT minecart, we hit this button, stand over here so we're not directly on it, and get hit by it. That was only 2 hearts from blast protection. Now with all normal protection, we put this here, stand over here, and then get hit, which is 4 hearts. And now finally only plain iron armor. Now I expect this one to kill us. That did 12.5 hearts. That is a lot. Now for the last overall test is the end crystal. Now you wouldn't normally be going up against these unless you're actually in the end versus the ender dragon, or you're in 2b2t, but either way I figured it's useful to test. So I'm going straight on top of it, as close as I can get, and that only did 3.5 hearts, which is actually surprisingly not that much. And now with protection, we walk up here and hit, and that did 6.5 hearts, which is still a lot, but not as much as blast protection. And now the one that will 100% kill us, normal iron. Walk up to it, hit it, and oh, that did about 19 hearts of damage. Now for the beds, with blast protection, the beds are only gonna do 2.5 hearts, which is surprisingly good. And now the bed with protection, that did about 6 hearts, which is a lot, but it's still survivable. And now normal iron, and that did about 14.5 hearts, which is once again a lot. But this is also not factoring in the fire damage that you might take and the fall damage. We're going to be testing it with the respawn anchor. If you didn't know, in the overall door end, if you overfill it, it will actually blow up. Just like so. We have blast protection, and it did 2.5 hearts. Now we're going in with normal protection. Normal protection does 5 hearts. And now just normal iron armor. That does 14.5 hearts. And the last test for blast protection is the firework crossbow. Now you are only going to be taking 1 to 1.5 hearts of damage from this firework crossbow. With protection, you're only going to be taking about 2.5 hearts. And lastly, with normal iron armor, you're going to be taking about 7 hearts. After reviewing all the data, as you can see up on the screen right now, I would say it's still worth it to use protection, as even though blast protection is better for more explosive things, you won't actually face these explosive things that common. The only really common one is the creeper, and that won't do much damage to you if you have full protection on. So overall, unless you're on 2B2T or you get into a lot of explosions, then I wouldn't recommend this. It's just slightly better for explosions than protection, but protection is more well-rounded. And now we're moving on to projectile protection. So let's go on to getting shot. So starting off with the classic skeleton shot. With projectile protection 4, we take no damage from an average skeleton shot. We have a chance to take half a heart, but normally it is no damage. With the skeleton, if you have protection, it once again only does a half a heart or no damage at all. With the normal iron, you either take half a heart or one full heart occasionally. And with the power 5 bow, if I shoot it up, just like so, walk a little bit forward so I actually get hit by it, and that only did half a heart. Fully charged and everything. With projectile protection, we only take half a heart from this. And with protection, this only does about 1.5 hearts. With normal iron armor, power 5, it does 5 hearts. With harming 2 arrows, with fully projectile protection, we are going to take about a half heart of damage. With normal protection and the harming arrow, we are going to take about 2 hearts of damage. And lastly, with normal armor, we're going to take 6 hearts of damage from 1 harming arrow. And that is about it for projectile protection. Once again, projectile protection does help a little bit more, but overall keep protection because it's more well-rounded. And now for the last piece of special armor is fire protection. Now obviously fire protection will help you a lot in nether and other fiery places. So this will help you mainly survive in the lava. So obviously we're going to be testing this out in the nether. Now we got the 2 fire things, the lava and the flint and steel. So first up is the flint and steel, and we're going to be testing how long we can survive in this. Now obviously we need our normal hearts back, and let's see how long we can survive with fire protection. And as you can see up on screen, that's how long we took to die. And this is also without eating. Obviously you can eat between this to actually regain more health, but we're trying to do a simple test. Now with normal protection. And the time is there up on screen right now. Obviously that felt a lot quicker than with fire protection. And now without protection at all. And that is the time up on screen right now. Now obviously this was the worst. So after going through the data, I've determined that it's actually better to actually just keep protection on, since it's obviously more well-rounded and the difference is not that long. So it's actually worth keeping protection on, but you lose a few seconds. So should you switch all your armor right now to any other random enchantment like fire protection, blast protection, or projectile protection? No. You shouldn't. You should just keep protection since it helps with all of those, but it's just slightly less effective than each specialized enchantment. But combined, it still is a lot better. So if anything, I would always recommend you pick protection over any other enchantment. Even if you're using an enchantment table, I would always recommend picking protection over some random other enchantments. But that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more of these videos. I post on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, sometimes late in the day, but I try to post early in the day. Thank you guys for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.